Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Wilson Jr., and this is the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast, the music podcast on where I interview singers and musicians from genres of black music: gospel, jazz, blues, old school classic soul, old school hip hop, today's hip hop and R&B, Caribbean, Latin, Afrobeat, Afro-Latina, blue-eyed soul, disco, go-go, line dances, and the Lost 45s. So come with me as I take you on to a trip to the destination genre of black music right now on the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Legal Shield is a proud sponsor of the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Have you been involved in any types of accidents? Have you been a victim of identity theft? Have you been a victim of a computer fraud scam? Have you been in disputes with your tenants or landlords? If your loved one dies and they didn't write up a will for you or for your family, or you and your spouse are filing for divorce, or if you need help by opening up your small business, give Legal Shield a try. Visit their website at LegalShield.com and tell them you heard it here on the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Do it today. You'll be glad you did. Welcome to the Black Soul Music Experience. I'm Sam Wilson Jr., and I have a special guest on my show, and we have two guests at the same time. So we got one on screen and the other one via telephone. So we're doing the best of both worlds. Now, this lady that I'm about to introduce, I had her last year. We did it on an audio podcast, but things didn't go that well. So I had her back and redo the episode. So we had a wonderful time. So now this time I have Rachel and I have a very special guest she knew from back then. And we're going to have a wonderful conversation. So please help me welcome to the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. With me on screen is Detective Gomez. Detective, how you doing?
Very good, sir. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine, and you? And with me over the phone is Miss Rachel Delgado. Hi, Rachel.
Hello, Sam, and hello, Daniel Gomez, Detective Daniel Gomez. How are you both doing?
Good.
Okay, well, both welcome to my podcast. Glad to have you. Detective Gomez, glad to have you on with me. And Rachel, glad to have you back. We have you on the telephone. So as always, we get these technical difficulties, but sometimes depending on your internet carrier, we just get what we get. So we have to think of some ways as backup plans so we don't give up. So
thank you, Sam.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So as always, America doesn't know who you are, so I'm very delighted to have the both of you here. Rachel, I had you on last time, and Detective Gomez, we have you on for the first time. So we're going to have a wonderful conversation with the both of you. So let us begin. Now, Rachel, the last time we talked about your new song, which I downloaded already. I believe it's the song called Freaky Baby or Freak Me Baby. Is that correct?
It's called Freaky Baby.
Okay, and as I said, I got a chance to download it on iTunes. I got a chance to check out the music video on YouTube. Now, please tell our audience on what that song is about.
Well, that song is about, my cousin originally wrote the song, Devon Delgado, and then I came in and I had to rewrite it because the producer I was working with wouldn't record it because he said I need to rewrite it, so I did. So anyways, it's about his past, a little bit about my past during our single time. But since then, I've signed with Bentley Records, and I moved on and became a what do you call it? I can't even think. A&R. I'm sorry, an A&R music scout for Bentley Records, and since then I've sang quite a bit of songs with a few famous people, and I recently recorded a song with Snoop Dogg called Carpet Diem. And here recently I just made a song in the studio with Daniel Gomez called Muévete. And it's not released out there on music store platforms right now, but it is on YouTube on the official music video for the movie called Wrong Place, Wrong Time.
Okay, we're happy that you brought that up, and we're going to talk about that later on, and we'll talk with Detective Gomez later on some other things that he has been doing. Now, last time we talked about the national tour with various artists. How did that tour went so far?
Well, the tour got canceled. It's in the works now, but I don't know when it's going to happen. I just know that one you and I spoke, that tour was canceled.
Okay, well, just hope and pray that it will get back up to where it was. I know you were disappointed that everything got canceled, and you was looking forward to it. Is that correct?
Yes, I was. It's not my first tour. I've done a few, but actually I'm kind of relieved because I have a lot of projects that I'm working on and that are up and coming. So it actually opens, many slots for me to actually get to do my work. With the music and other artists that are known, and it will be out there, on the radio and on the online music store.
Now, growing up, who was some of your favorite artists?
Well, one of my favorite artists, I have a lot of favorite artists, but Killing Jokes, they got me through a lot, and they're personal friends of mine, Paul Ferguson, the drummer of the Killing Jokes, and also Red Beat is also a band from the 80s that were well known back then and still are. I got to work with Red Beat, and they are the brothers of Howard Jones. Beat Howard Jones, that sings I Like to Get to Know You Well, and Things Can Only Get Better. Anyway, so those are my favorite as far as like a rock group section. But as far as like R&B singers, Smokey Robinson's one of my favorites. Chaka Khan, Tina Turner. Those are the main ones. And now the list goes on, but those are my top favorite people. And Tears for Fears as well, the Pet Mode.
And now let's talk about your new project being as a talent scout at Bentley Entertainment. How's that going?
It's going well. I've signed a few artists.
Any new artists that you know by name?
They're not well known. They're independent artists.
Okay. Now, we just mentioned your song a few minutes ago for the movie Wrong Place, Wrong Time. And I forgot the name of the song again. Starts with the letter M.
Well, actually, the title is Wong, like Mr. Wong's, like the Chinese restaurant. Wong Place, Wong Time. And the song is called Muévete. Detective Gomez came up with that name, Muévete. And I wrote the lyrics for the song in Spanish and English like he wanted it to be. And it's a salsa, it's still a Latin song, but salsa sound to it.
Now, is any familiar faces in that movie which is coming out soon?
I don't know who's the cast in it, but I know one of the cast is Daniel Gomez, and that's a familiar face. He's actually famous. He's been on TV for many, many years. One of my favorite shows is called Secret. He was an actual detective on that show, and in real life, he's a detective.
So, Detective Gomez, glad to have you here. As Rachel mentioned, you was on the reality show Cheaters, and I've got a chance to watch the show because here in the Bronx, New York, where I live near the Baychester section near Co-op City, and we pick up Connecticut channels or channels from Connecticut, and I got a chance to watch the show Cheaters on Sunday night. It was on UPN 9, which is channel 59. I forgot the call letters, but it was UPN 9 before it became My 9 in Connecticut. And I got a chance to check out the show. Now, for the audience that may not know, the host of the show, Cheaters, was hosted by Tony. What's his last name? Tony.
Well, there were three hosts for the show. Actually, four. There was a guy named Tommy Haley in the very beginning of the series. Tommy Haley was the original host. And then there was Joey Greco. And then there was Clark Gable Jr., who sadly passed away. And then fourth, they brought in a guy by the name of Peter Guns. So they had
Oh,
four different
okay.
hosts for the TV show.
Oh, all right. The Tony
Joey
Greco
Greco.
that I know. Yes,
Joey
the
Greco.
Tony
Joey
Greco.
Greco.
Oh, Joey Greco. Okay.
Joey.
The one that's the one that I know, the one he wears the glasses. And the first time I saw him, he was on the Maury Povich show, and they were doing the topic on
Yeah.
cheaters, or when you hear that topic, it's saying like, why do husbands cheat? And they use that lie detector test.
Right.
I'm sure you heard it when Maury says, "You said you was out with someone. You said no. The lie detector determines that was a lie." So that was that episode, and I know Joey Greco was on there. And as I said, I've been watching the show on Sunday nights on UPN 9 up in Connecticut. And what you do behind the scenes is where you take all the camera crews, and when the ladies or lady usually call Joey Greco and find out why is her husband cheating. And the first time I keep seeing it, you go like camera crews. You find where they are. So was that hard to find those husbands or cheating husbands out there?
Well, the hardest thing is to find cases that were easily to solve cases. It's cases that would make good for television. That's the first thing. Could we solve the case? And then once we solve the case, then we got to make sure we explain to the clients the procedure of getting their case on television. And part of it was being able to confront the person live on television. So it's a 2 or 3 step process. And I used to get people that call me, on a random basis, like, I would try to explain to them that this case would probably take a month or 2 months for us to solve. So we take 7 or 8 cases at one time. But some of these clients go on television, you do it in an hour. I have to try to explain to them that that's television, that's edited, not real life. These cases take a while to solve, and it doesn't happen that fast.
So is there a difference between the show Cheaters, when you find those and on camera, differ from your line of place when you have to find, and I know it takes a long time when it comes to these cases.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm a private investigator now, so I do get some clients that say, look, I'd like to confront him like you did on Cheaters. So I can arrange that to happen. Just the camera crew's not going to be there, obviously. Because first of all, the show's not in production anymore. And the second thing is it would take a whole lot of camera people to make that happen. But a lot of times people just want to be able to catch people in the act of what they're doing, to show that they're not crazy or they're not imagining something in their mind. They want to see it for themselves, so I can arrange that if necessary.
As I said, I got a chance to watch the show and also to watch some of them on YouTube. And let me tell you, once you have that camera cruise, when you saw that cheating husband, everything goes out of place. There'll be some fist fights, cat fights, or those Jerry Springer fights that I see most of the time on the Jerry Springer show. And then every time when you have those camera crews are following them. So it's kind of like we see, but not in real life on the news, which is like you said earlier, it takes a long time process to get these cases. So it's not, real, like when you see on TV, but in real life, it takes even longer to
It takes longer.
solve that case.
It takes longer. It takes a lot of time to get it done. It really does. And you can watch all the old episodes, I think now on Amazon and Tubi and Pluto TV and Samsung Plus. All the old episodes are up there now, so you can watch them 24 hours a day if you want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like I said, I've been watching mostly the episodes on YouTube. So I will never miss an episode on who's doing what. And when those camera crews and those vans get out there, it's like, we got you on camera. So there's no hiding place for that one.
It really is.
Now, as for you, Detective Gomez, do you have any projects going on besides some of the others that we just mentioned a few minutes
What
ago?
else, like Rachel had mentioned to you, I've been working on a film since May of this year, 2025, and we're towards the end of the film where we're pretty much finished shooting, and we needed some music, so Rachel came aboard and helped write a song for a particular scene. There's some Hispanic guys, some Hispanic guys getting a little confrontation, so we need a little salsa music, Hispanic music type of thing, music playing in the background. So Rachel jumped on ship, said, hey, I'll write a song for you, just tell me what you need, and knocked it right out of the ballpark. Did fantastic.
And what about you, Rachel? Any other projects that you're having soon now since you're the A&R talent scout for Bentley Entertainment?
I have actually had several projects. I have one coming up pretty soon as a feature in two songs, two separate songs with two artists from Germany. One with the Brute, which I sang with him before on tribute to Andy Fletcher, 6122 tribute to Andy Fletcher, and I sang with him on a duet called Rain. So he's invited me to sing on one of his up-and-coming songs. The Abbey Road is going to produce, and the Tess Most original producer is going to produce that song, and with another band from Germany called Neopoma. And I have other projects of other Bentley artists want me to sing on their tracks with them. I'm going to do that. And I have up and coming songs. I'm going to do another song with, I'm going to make another song with Snoop Dogg as a solo, not with other artists. And I have a few other projects coming up.
Okay, well, we wish you the best of luck on those future projects. I hope
Thank you.
those songs will be coming out soon on iTunes and YouTube. Now, here's a question that I always ask my guests, and since I have you, Detective Gomez, and Rachel, living or dead, which artist that you wish you wanted to meet or perform or just doing on your projects? So Rachel, I'm going to start with you.
Okay, I would like to have sing with the Killing Joke. Right now I could sing like cover songs of theirs, but it's not the same thing as singing with them. The song, the band's no longer together because of the death of Jordy Walker and Raven, and the other members that are alive have gone on and started new projects with other bands and created other bands. And the ones that are passed away would be like Tina Turner and I don't know if Al Green's still alive, but Al Green, and the one I really, really want to stick with is, I can't think of his name right now. I don't know why I'm forgetting. Smokey Robinson. There we go.
Detective Gomez, I'm going to ask you the same question. Living or dead, which artist that you wish you wanted to meet, whether it's if you're doing your projects or anything like that?
Yeah, since I'm making a movie now, I'd really like to meet Tom Cruise. I really enjoy some of his statements that he makes after he makes movies. He's all about making movies and trying to get people into the movie theater, and that's why I'm making the movie I'm making now. Wrong time. Well, I mean, wrong place, wrong time, because I want to get people. It's a comedy action movie. I want to get people entertained. I want to get people to sit back and get some popcorn and get a Coke and just relax and have a good time.
Okay, good answer. Now, here in the Black Soul Music Experience podcast, I always ask my guests who are the top 10 classic soul, today's R&B, and hip hop artists of all time. So since I have the both of yous on my show, we're going to do the top 10. So here's how it works. We started like the top 10 countdown, like the show America's Top 10, hosted by the late Casey Kasem. We start at the bottom 5. Who has the best singers but didn't get any recognition. In other words, they didn't get it marketed or promoted the way the record companies should be. And then we get to the top 5. We always ask who was the best milling selling artist of all time. Did that artist receive those top 10 number 1 hits? Did that artist receive the gold or platinum or double platinum or triple platinum or today's diamond platinum? Did that artist performed on American Bandstand or Soul Train or The Midnight Special or NBC Saturday Night Live or Solid Gold? Or did they had their music video aired on BET or MTV or VH1 or those local video shows across the country? Or did they had their prime time special, whether it's on CBS, NBC, or ABC? Or did they had that special on PBS, whether it's Great Performances? Or did they had that special during Pledge Month? Or did they had that live concert special aired on HBO and Showtime? So without further ado, I'm going to start off with my top 10 artists of all time. Number 10, I'm putting down Lauryn Hill. She started out as an actress. She was on CBS Daytime as The World Turns, then later in Sister Act 2. She became a member of the Fugees with 2 albums that went well, and then she went solo with her solo LP, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, that won her 5 Grammys. And for Best Album, Best New Artist of the Year. Although she fell off for a while, we haven't heard from her. So I'm putting Lauryn Hill at number 10. Number 9, I'm putting down Chicago's own Da Brat. That's D-A apostrophe B-R-A-T. She came on the scene in 1994 with her debut LP, Functified, with the song Functified. So she did a couple of albums in the later 90s, but we haven't heard from her in a while. The last time we saw Da Brat, she was part of the show called Dish Nation. So I'm going to put Da Brat at number 9. Number 8, Bruno Mars. He came on the scene back in the mid-2010s, started off in pop, and then later got funky with his hits called 24 Karat, and then also did some duets with Lady Gaga and Cardi B. So he's riding high and everything. And also he performed on NBC Saturday Night Live. And one time he guest hosted back in 2014. So we'll put Bruno Mars at number 8. Number 7, I'll put a tie. Tupac and Biggie. Both of the hip-hop rappers. Tupac represents the East Coast, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, New York. Tupac represents the West Coast. And even though they had a string of hits back to back, but unfortunately they were both shot and killed. So both Tupac and Biggie were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Tupac was inducted in 2016. Biggie was inducted in 2020. So rest in peace to Tupac and Biggie at number 7. Number 6, I'm putting a tie with the Staple Singers and the OJs. The Staple Singers was the family group that had Pops and Mavis and Cleo and Yvonne and Purvis. They started out as a gospel group and then got into the 70s with message music. So they're still performing, although all the family members have passed away, but Mavis is the last survivor. So we got the staple singers, and yes, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the class of 1999. And I'll put in a tie with the OJs. They've been around for decades. They had songs including Love Train, For the Love of Money, Put Your Hands Together, Family Reunion, Message in the Music, just to name a few. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the class of 2005, so I'm putting the staple singers and the OJs. Number 5, Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine came on the scene in 1984 with their debut song, Dot the Beat, and then came back in their second LP, Primitive Love, with their hit, Conga, Bad Boy, and Words Get in the Way. They kept on with those number 1 million seller hits until about the time when Gloria Estefan had that accident in 1990. She came back with some solo LPs and everything. So we'll put number 5, Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. Gloria is the Kennedy Center honoree. I think it's for the class of 2021. So we'll put Gloria Estefan at number 5. Number 4, I put a tie, Beyonce and Taylor Swift. Now, those two ladies, they are selling their albums like hotcakes. With Beyonce, her latest album, Cowboy Carter, was number 1 on Billboard's Top 200 Albums charts and also number 1 on Billboard's Country Albums chart. She won a Grammy for that album. And Taylor Swift, she's riding high too, a couple of Grammys and MTV VMA Awards. So we'll put Beyonce and Taylor Swift at number 4. Number 3, another tie, Stevie Wonder and Aretha Franklin. Stevie Wonder started out at the age of 12, string of hits including My Cherie Amour, Superstition, and Happy Birthday. That's the song in honor of Dr. King. And I'll put down Aretha Franklin, had a string of hits including Respect, Until You Come Back to Me, Chain of Fools, Freeway of Love, Spanish Harlem. And she also made some 2 gospel LPs. One was Amazing Grace, and One Lord, One Faith, One Baptism, and 1 jazz released album that we haven't heard of. So she did some jazz albums. But Aretha did it all. She performed at the 1998 Grammy Awards doing opera. And it was the first time I heard her doing opera. That night, Luciano Pavarotti wasn't doing too well. So the producers came to her and said, "Can you do this?" Aretha did it, hands down. So we put Aretha Franklin and Stevie Wonder, both American Music Award winners, both Grammy Award winners, both inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and both Kennedy Center honorees. So we got the Wonder Man, Stevie Wonder, and the Queen of Soul, the late Aretha Franklin. Number 2, I'm putting another tie, Prince and Madonna. Prince came on the scene in the late 70s and then blew up in 1982 with I Want to Be Your Lover and Purple Rain, string of hits nonstop. And the same thing for Madonna. Came on the scene in 1982 with Everybody, and then later Holiday, Like a Virgin. The list goes on and on and on. So I put Prince down for number 2. They're both inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Prince was on there for the class of 2004 and Madonna for the class of 2008. At number 1, I'm putting down Michael and Janet, brother and sister. Michael had a string of hits with his brothers and then went on his own in 1979 with Off the Wall, Thriller, Bad, and Dangerous, while his sister Janet had a couple of debut LPs back in the early 80s, but when 1986 came along with Control and other albums, Rhythm Nation and Janet and the Velvet Rope, non-stop. So they've all had a string of hits. So rest in peace to the king of pop, Michael Jackson, and Janet is still with us. They were both inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Michael was there, inducted twice with his brothers and one on solo in 2001, and Janet in 2019. So that's my top 10 artist of all time. Rachel, do you have any of your favorites?
Sure, have lots of favorites. Let's see, Diana Ross. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, Chaka Khan, Gloria Estefan. You know, Gloria Estefan was in the new movie Gabby's Dollhouse, and she's also making a movie about her life. I forgot the name of the movie. It's in Spanish. Something. It's called The Tree in Spanish. I don't know the full title, but it's about her life. And Celia Cruz. And let's see, Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney, the Beatles, Chaka Khan, Smokey Robinson, Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin. The list goes on and on. The Killing Joke, the Test Mode, Tears for Fears. One of my favorites is Lisa Stansfield. She has a real soulful voice. She's a British artist. She sings all been around the world, and that song.
Okay, well, you have your favorites doing well, Rachel. Detective, I'm going to ask you too. What were some of your favorites?
Some of my favorites, I'm going to go way back a little bit here. One was Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. Also like to go with the Temptations.
Okay.
Commodore, Lionel Richie,
Uh-huh.
Rick James,
Mm-hmm.
Luther Vandross,
Okay.
the Bee Gees,
Okay.
Prince,
Okay.
Michael Jackson,
Okay.
definitely, and the Jacksons, because both the whole family, the Jacksons, because there wouldn't be a Michael Jackson without the Jacksons. For power.
Right, right.
Let's see what else I got here. Stevie Wonder. The Songs
Okay.
in the Key of Life was an amazing album.
Uh-huh.
Amazing. Let's see. Diana Ross, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Elvis Presley.
Uh-huh.
That's about it. That's all I got.
Oh, okay. All right. So we have our favorite top 10 artists of all time. Well, Rachel, thank you for being here on the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. It's been a pleasure to have you back, even though we have all those technical difficulties, but we always say we don't give up. We always have a backup plan. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Detective Gomez, thank you so much for being here on the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and congrats on everything that you've done with the show Cheaters and other projects that you are coming up. Thank you so much. Now, okay. Now, before we go, Detective Gomez, where can we follow you on social media?
Follow me under Instagram under Cheaters Detective, TikTok Cheaters Detective, and on Facebook Detective Gomez. And then the link for the movie is wrongplacewrongtimemovie.com. And there's plenty of links on my Instagram to find them.
Okay. And Rachel, for you, where can we follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, X, Facebook, and all of the music platforms like Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, and so forth. I'm on over 3,000 music stores. You can find me on iHeartRadio and Sirius FM.
Alrighty. Download all the artists that we have talked about on this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Visit iTunes.com, Spotify.com, or purchase the CD at Amazon.com. And make sure you follow Detective Gomez. Follow him on Instagram under Cheaters Detective Gomez. Look for him on TikTok under Detective Gomez. And also look for Rachel Delgado. Follow her on Twitter and also follow her on Facebook, and also check out all of her songs. Look for them streaming on iTunes, and look for all the songs available on YouTube. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to check out this episode, please subscribe by going to the Black Soul Music Experience podcast, where you can find me on all of my 5 different platforms. You can look for me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Pocket Cast. And the link is riverside.fm/studio/Samuel-Wilson Jr.'s. Don't forget to add the S at the end, -studio. And yes, I will be posting this episode on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And if you have a hard time getting onto riverside.fm, then please become a member and subscribe to patreon.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. All you need to do is go to the Patreon homepage, put in your email and your password, and then you see all of the Patreon shows done by different creators. And make sure you go to the top and type in the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Look for all of my audio and video podcast episodes and my video podcast clips that you may have missed. And if you have a hard time getting on to Patreon, then I will be posting this episode on YouTube. Make sure you go to YouTube.com and go to the YouTube homepage and type in the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. If you like this episode, if you love my podcast, please subscribe, please support, please give me a thumbs up, please leave a comment, and please pass it on. Thank you for joining me as I close out this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience. Well, that's about it for this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. I'm Sam Wilson Jr. Thank you for joining me, and please tune in next week for an all-new episode. The Black Soul Music Experience Podcast is sponsored by the support of listeners and viewers like you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Look for my podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Pocket Cast. And don't forget the link. The link is riverside.fm/studio/Samuel-Wilson Jr.'s -studio. And don't forget to check out my audio and video podcast episodes by becoming a member and subscribe to patreon.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. And please check out my video podcast episodes by subscribing to youtube.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. And please leave your comments, feedbacks, and replies by going to my Facebook homepage. Go to facebook.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. You can also tweet me on X, aka Twitter, at Sam Wilson Jr. 66. And follow me on Instagram at SAMM.Y2980. As always, partying, remember this. Reach for the top and your dreams will come true, and it can happen to you. From all of us, take care. God bless. Thanks for listening. Have a good week, and please be safe.